guys, welcome back to another episode of Latravia's Kitchen. So today I decided I wanted some blueberry muffins and I'm gonna have them like as a grab and go breakfast for the rest of the week. So let's get into the ingredients with that. First, you'll need about 2 cups of all-purpose flour. I got my little 4-cup thing here. You'll also need 2 eggs. So you can see the eggs are already cracked and they're in here. We're gonna need about 2 teaspoons of baking powder, about a half a teaspoon of salt. Of course, they're blueberry muffins, so you need about 2.5 cups of blueberries. Depending on how many blueberries you want in there. You know, blueberries are really good for you, the antioxidants and everything, so I don't always eat them, but sometimes I get a craving for them as like in a muffin form or something. We're gonna have some sugar. I'm gonna do about a cup of sugar. So the cup of sugar is gonna go inside of the batter, and then we're gonna do like a sprinkle of sugar on top so you can get that little crust. I think you guys know what I mean. Like how you go to the bakery and stuff and they have a nice little crunchy top at the top. That's from having sugar on top. We're gonna use some pure vanilla extract. I am allergic to almonds, but I do know that some places, not only will they use the pure vanilla extract, they'll also use like an almond extract to help bring out more of that flavor from the blueberries. So you can try that as well. I'm not gonna be doing that because I don't wanna get, have an allergic reaction, you know? So I'm just gonna stick with the pure vanilla extract. We have a half a cup of milk. Also, I've been using oat milk lately, and it's been a whole lot more creamier, and it has more flavor for me. So I've been sticking with the oat milk lately. And of course, we're baking something, flour, sugar, so we need some butter. And I am doing the Land O'Lakes unsalted butter today. We need a whole stick of that. So if you're wondering, a whole stick is half a cup. So if any recipe ever tells you half a cup of butter, remember it's always on the side. 8 tablespoons, 1 stick equals half a cup. So first step, I've already preheated my oven. It's at 375 degrees. And we already have our muffin tin, cupcake tin, whatever you want to call it, with our cupcake liners in there, and I've sprayed them like a quick little dab of Pam cooking spray for nonstick. Our butter is somewhat nice and soft. You see I can kind of like push it in and everything. So what we're gonna do, we got my handy dandy KitchenAid mixer right here. It's March, and this always brings back so many memories. One of my favorite gifts. It proved that he was listening to me when I said I wanted a KitchenAid mixer, and I was getting ready to get my own. He surprised me. So we got this. Yes, unsalted butter looks a little different than the regular, but it's fine. It's not gonna hurt you. So remember I said we're gonna be mixing up a cup of sugar. So this is half a cup. All right, so now we got our full cup, and we're gonna turn this bad boy on, stir. And while that's trying to mix up in there, what we're going to do is, in this bowl, since it's only 2 cups of all-purpose flour, we're gonna pour that in here. And go ahead and put in our 2 teaspoons of baking powder. You know, baking powder actually helps make stuff rise, so if you don't have self-rising or all-purpose and different things, like baking powder does help. So we're gonna add like a half a teaspoon of salt. And the reason why we're putting this in the bowl first is because we want to go ahead and get that all mixed in and incorporated together. Now you can put it in something and whisk it together. It's a small amount. So instead of me using a whole bunch of big bowls today, I'm just gonna use this one and a fork to kind of like mix it all together, whisk it in, you know what I mean? So the reason why I'm turning this up high is because I noticed that the butter was kind of sticking to the bottom of it and it wasn't actually mixing in with the sugar, which we want to do. You kind of want to get like a really good consistency going. You don't want it to be like too big and mush or too creamy, you know what I mean? You're gonna beat it for about like 2 minutes for the most part. So guys, this has been going for about like 2 minutes, and you see that consistency right there, almost like it could be like a frosting that's forming. So we're going to go ahead and scrape down the sides of the bowl. I'm just going to have that nice layer. So I'm going to scrape down the sides of the bowl and turn it back on stir. And while it's on stir, we want to add 1 egg at a time. So I have both of them in here, but I'm just gonna kind of like put in 1 egg. Gonna let that get incorporated in here. You'll be able to tell that it's like really mixing in well because the sugar mixture will actually have like a tinted yellow. And then go ahead and add in the second egg. So a little after adding the second egg, let's go ahead and stop this again. And we're gonna scrape down the sides of the bowl again. Make sure you even get down in like the bottom little divot down there. And get what's on the paddle here. And get that all incorporated in. Turn it back on stir. I hope you guys are having a great day. I hope you have a great week as well. It's Sunday for me, so beginning of my week. Making sure I start off right. I have something to grab and go as I head to work. So now, this is that part where if you want almond to bring out the extra flavor of these blueberries, they're pretty sweet too. But you want an almond to bring out the extra flavor of that blueberry, you can add in a half a teaspoon of your almond extract. But me, I am doing all vanilla because I do not need an allergic reaction today. I always wonder what it tastes like though. I really have. It seems like people who be eating like the almonds and everything else, it seems like they're so happy when they be biting into like the Hershey's chocolate with almonds or their trail mixes and everything else. I guess I'll never know. I guess I will never know. Just have to live vicariously through you guys, and you guys let me know what different stuff tastes like. But I can smell that vanilla coming through. It's gonna seem like it's a little bit clumpy here and there, and that's fine. We're making muffins, we're not making cakes. So we're good. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna start putting in our flour mixture, alternating back and forth between the milk. You want to make sure each little part that you put in gets nice and incorporated in. It's going to start to form like almost a little dough looking kind of thing going. And remember, if you're using oat milk like me, it's not going to have that white texture. Like it's going to add like a tint to it. It's fine. It tastes even better. It may not look better while you're making it, but it does taste better. To my taste buds anyway. So remember, always go alternating back and forth, back and forth. May seem like more work, but you're helping that batter get to where you want it to be. So you guys probably like, what is on her shirt? Suicide Squad. Basically, I was in a more of like a comic book mood today, playful mood. So, thinking about watching that. Harley Quinn is my favorite on that one. I think Margot Robbie does an excellent job portraying her. So let's get this done. So for me, I like starting with the flour and ending with the flour. But that's all you saw. I went ahead and poured that last little bit of milk in there. And we're going to go ahead and put that last little bit of the flour mixture in. And one thing you do want to do before you start adding in your blueberries is go ahead, turn it off. And you see how there's some flour up top here? I'm not sure if you can see it, but there's some flour up top. So we're going to go ahead and scrape that on down in here. Because we want everything, right? We don't want, when it's time for us to start scooping everything out, that we have a little flour thing sticking out. And we cough on a dry spot in our muffins. We want to also go ahead and scrape down the sides of the bowl. All the way down, and get that in there. I see some up at the top still. It's gonna almost look like cake batter for the most part. And sometimes I do feel like a muffin is some cake for breakfast. I actually have a mug from one of my old coworkers. It's a really good friend of mine. And she knew how much I love cake. And she surprised me with this Kate Spade coffee mug, and it says, "Eat cake for breakfast." So when I do have like coffee or tea or something in the morning, I love trying to grab for that one. I guess like tomorrow I'll be thinking like I'm eating cake for breakfast. So you see how the batter has like a cake consistency, like when we're making our cakes? So one more thing that you can do, right at this point, you can take this off and just pour in your blueberries and stir them by hand, because you don't really want to crack them, and you don't want you don't want to make your blueberry muffin have like a complete blue tint to it. So that is, if you're afraid that this is going to like crack open your blueberries and everything, then I would suggest doing that. I'm gonna put mine back on the stir with the blueberries because I've done this before and it doesn't necessarily crack open my blueberries. Also, another thing is I'm using fresh blueberries. So I've like washed them, rinsed them, put them in here, like tried to let them dry some and all that. If you're using frozen blueberries though, do not let them thaw out. If you let them thaw out, it's going to tint your muffins blue. And if you don't want tinted blue muffins, don't let them thaw out. But at this stage, we are going to pour in our blueberries. Just pour them on in there and start stirring. So I poured all of them in. And they look like they're kind of mixed in there. And now, I lost one. Man down. That's okay. Gotta back up. Should have known he wasn't gonna last. So, like I said earlier, I kind of did like a little quick spray like that. But we have 12 of them because this batter makes enough for 12 muffins. So, of course, if you're trying to go ahead and prep a breakfast or a go-to snack for your kids or you, your spouse, or whatever else, this can be their breakfast for the week, your breakfast for the week as well. Also, all you have to do is say you're a household of 3 and you know you need muffins for like 5 days that week for all 3 of you or whatever. Just, you know, you can double up the recipe, because trust me, not everybody's going to eat a muffin every day. You'll get about 24, and then who knows, maybe everybody will eat a muffin every day, or instead of eating it for breakfast, eat it for a snack. But I promise you, it will be gone by the end of the week. So basically just use your ice cream scoop. Sometimes the blueberries aren't going to want to come out the ice cream scoop, so you're going to have to shake it a little bit. I remember I used to actually go to the grocery store and get those 4-pack of muffins that the bakery would make, like the cranberry orange and different things like that. And I realized how much money I was spending on the grocery store muffin. But I was only getting 4. This way, all you really need to do, if you already have flour in your house, baking powder and different things like that, eggs and all that, and milk, all you gotta do is go to the store and get you some blueberries or some cranberries. You know, just go get that, and then bam, you got it. You got what you need. And you will not be disappointed. I wish my mom lived closer because I know she would love these. That's one thing about it. Like, I can make different things, and I know my mom, like, I don't want that. But because it's me, her baby girl, she'll try it. And then she finds out sometimes, most of the times, she likes it. So I got to spend some time with her, yesterday and the day before, and it was much needed quality time. My mom is like my best friend, guys. So much needed quality time, mother-daughter time. Especially since our other best friend is up in heaven with her husband and mom and everyone else. So I still get sad about that, but I know she's in a better place and that she is watching over me. So for this, you can go and get you that turbinado, however you say it, sugar, the raw sugar and all that. Me, on the other hand, I'm using what I got. Remember, we're trying to keep it simple. We're trying to make it where, you know, anybody can do this. So we're not going to go spend extra money that we don't have to. I am going to sprinkle a little sugar on top. I noticed for one of them, I did a little too much. My hand was a little off and unsteady. But that's okay. It'll just have a nice little extra crunch. If you don't want to use like a little scoop or something to help you not use more than you intended to, you can just do like a little pinch method. Or if you don't want the sugar on top at all, you don't have to. That's up to you. That's optional. Also, instead of, you know, sugar, you can use things like stevia and different things like that, sugar substitutes. Always know there are always different substitutes you can use if you are trying to have a sweetener, but you don't want the actual sugar itself. Just be careful with those, because sometimes I hear mixed reviews about things like that. So we have our muffins in our pan here, and our oven is already preheated at 375 degrees. So we're gonna go ahead and stick these bad boys on in there and let them bake for about 30 minutes. And I'll check back in with you guys, and we're going to see just how great these are going to be looking. I wish you guys will be able to smell it with me, but when you make it, you'll know this is gonna be a wonderful breakfast treat, especially if it's like a grab and go. So I'll see you guys in 30 minutes. Guys, so that you can see, the muffins are done. They look amazing to me. And they smell so good. They really do. They smell wonderful. So I'm gonna let them cool in this pan for about 10 minutes. And then after they cool, I'm going to go ahead and let them cool down even more on this wire rack right here. And to give y'all a hint as to how they taste, I already know they are going to taste just as great as they smell. And I cannot wait. So guys, be on the lookout. I know I'm planning on making cranberry orange muffins as well. I love blueberry muffins. I also love cranberry orange muffins, especially homemade ones. Like I said, I used to get these from like Walmart and different places like that, but you know, they will only sell you 4 muffins for a very steep price. Whereas when you already have most of these ingredients at home and all you gotta do is get your fresh fruits for what you want, you come out cheaper that way and you get way more for your money and they taste better. So I'm not sure I'll get that out to you guys whenever I can, as soon as possible. But also I want to say thank you guys, because I did a check on my analytics and we are up to over 300 subscribers. So thank you. It would not be possible without you guys. I'm happy that you guys enjoy my content. I love food. I love cooking. I love baking. So I'm going to try, like I said, to get more into the kitchen like I was before the passing of my grandma. I've gotten a whole lot better with that just to give you guys a quick little update, I have gotten a whole lot better with that. I can feel now, like sometimes when I would get like really, really sad, or I'm thinking that I'm really, really sad, is like her presence is near me and she's comforting me. So, or she's letting me know like, hey, what are you doing? I don't normally do that. So it's kind of like her way of like checking in on me, you know what I mean? But I am very thankful for all the time that I got to spend on this earth with her, because let me tell you, there is nothing like having a praying grandma who is your best friend that is always right there for you. And when I say always right there for you, I mean always. If there was anything, it wasn't too cold for her or too far when she got older, she couldn't really get that far. But when she was still like in her prime, driving for herself, because she drove for herself all the way up until the end, until she couldn't. But she'll be right there. And she'll remember different things that made me oh so happy when I was little, things that I would forget. So yes, my mom is my best friend, but like I said in another video, my grandma, my bestest friend, and I miss her oh so much. This right here is something she would not have done. She would not have made anybody any blueberry muffins. She'd be looking at me like, where you get that from? We just buy them at the store. So that was something I kind of miss, being able to do things like that with her. But I'll be able to make my own memories one day. And I hope that you guys can incorporate making muffins or anything else with your kids, grandkids, and all. And that way they can share those memories with people that they love and come into contact with, and you know, just spread the love, spread the joy. But yep, it's almost 10 minutes for this, and as you can see, some of the blueberries did kind of like spill out. So what I'm going to do, take a knife, and if it's necessary, like this one is kind of necessary, go ahead and go around the edges. That's what you want to do. Go around the edges, kind of free up your muffin, so it'll be easier for you to pop it out the pan here. Let's see. See? These are our blueberry muffins, you guys, and they smell great. They look great to me. And I am ecstatic. It only takes like, depending on how long it takes you to mix it up and everything else, I'll say carve yourself out about 45 minutes of your time, and you will have breakfast for the remainder of the week. Nice muffin. Also, if what you want is in the morning time, you don't want just a room temperature muffin, you can take the muffin, wrap it up in aluminum foil, and then preheat your oven for about 350 degrees. And basically just place your muffin in the oven just long enough for it to get warm, the temperature that you want it. And that way you have you a nice warm muffin on your way out. So, like I always say, ingredients, will be down in the description box down below. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Again, guys, thanks for helping me get up to a little over 300 subscribers. I'm really starting to get back in the hang of things. I think so anyway. Let me know if there's something that you want to see me make for you or whatever, or something that's been in the trailer. I know someone said to me that they want the hibachi recipe where I did like the steak and shrimp in the trailer. So that will be coming up. Not exactly sure how soon, but I will let you guys know. Also, if you're not certain, there is a Facebook page that I have created. Latravia's Kitchen is spelled the exact same way as on here on YouTube, and I post to let people know, like, hey, be on the lookout, this new video is just dropped or whatever. So you can head on over to the Facebook page, and sometimes I'll give a heads up of what's coming up or that I've posted something. Also, if you want to make sure you have a notification, be sure to click that bell that's on there, because that will also notify you when I posted something to the YouTube page, guys. But until next time, I hope you guys have a great Sunday, a great week, whatever day it is that you're watching this. So have a great week. Remember, positive vibes, guys, positive vibes. We're trying to elevate ourselves and be great and be who God has called us to be. So have a great day. Be blessed. And until next time, bye.